Well, good morning. It is August 7th, day 90 on the trail for me. It's a little bit after 6 a.m. and hiking northbound. It was a cool night last night, and it's supposed to be a great day today. Cool, clear, sunny. Big day today in terms of miles. So yeah, the plan's about 19.7 miles. That'll get me to Hurd, Brook, lean-to. See, what happens is at about 7 o'clock, the ranger shows up at this spot and puts up a sign-in list. And the first 12 through hikers that sign up on that list get a spot in an area called the Birches. And that's where you want to be, because that's makes the climb to up Baxter Peak, Katahdin, shorter. Not the climb itself, but you're closer to the beginning of the climb if you can stay at the Birches. So getting to Hurd Brook lean-to tonight only puts us about 3 miles from this sign-in sheet that we have to get to. And so it kind of sucks that you have to worry about something like that. But we're all paying attention. All of us that are hiking are paying attention to who else is hiking and when they're planning to summit. Because we're all thinking to ourselves, do I have to beat that person? Is there going to be enough room at the Birches for me? Things like that. I think the numbers are okay. It's tough to tell. There could be somebody behind us. There could be somebody ahead of us that's going a little slower. But it looks like there's about 10 right now. Through hikers in our general vicinity that are going to be vying for those 12 spots. So I think we're okay. Otherwise today, I'm in the middle of the climb right now, I suppose, up to Nasuntabunt, I think is the name of it. And then I'm down off of that, and lots of lakes and low-lying areas today. And then I think we have one more little climb toward the end. And then down to the Hurd Brook shelter. But a lot of miles in between. And I've got a feeling it's going to be rugged. Lots of roots. And I think there's going to be some bogs to go over. So I have to manage the bog boards, which is never fun. But got to get it done. Alrighty, well, as always, if I see anything interesting, I will grab a picture or some video. But for now, here's what the trail looks like. Right now the trail is paralleling this cliff. I don't know, it's maybe 100 feet. There we go. All right, so I'm at the top of the Suntabunt, and there's a view here, and there's Katahdin. It's only about 16 miles away, straight shot, but I think the trail makes us go about 35 to get there. But it's a nice sunny day. Folks that are climbing today, they got some clouds around them, but those might clear out in a little bit. I'm at the viewpoint of the Pollywog Gorge. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty close to the edge of a steep cliff. I'm not going to get any closer to the edge, and I mean, it's a sheer drop. I don't know how many feet. I can hear a river or stream down there, but I can't see it. And up on the other side, there's a bunch of trees, and you can sort of see to the top of that. But it's pretty deep. These are high bush or tall bush blueberries. I find them not as sweet as the ones that were up on top of the mountains, and they're very seedy. But there's a whole bunch of these bushes. Not very many ripe fruit right now, though. So I'm at the Hurd Brook lean-to. There's just a few other people here. And so the day went pretty well. I mean, relatively smooth miles. We had a couple of, little climbs in there. But hey, those climbs were pretty nice because we got good views of Katahdin on each of the climbs. So that was nice. And it went pretty well. We got in a couple hours ago, actually. So it's about 7 o'clock now. We got in a little bit, somewhere between 4 and 5. I don't remember exactly when. And yeah, so the miles went pretty well. Um, Plan for tomorrow is hike about 5 miles into Baxter State Park and sign up at that kiosk and hope for the best. Hope that we are one of the 12 that gets to stay at the Birches. And if not, then we'll stay somewhere else and go from there. But, just sort of looking at the numbers, looking at the people that are here and thinking about who's ahead of us, I think we're okay. I don't think anybody else is going to come in tonight. So it looks like there's 5 of us. And then I can think of 3 and maybe 2 more. So that puts it at about 10. I think we're okay. Yeah. So this is actually the last shelter that's in the 100-mile wilderness as far as for northbounders. And then, like I said, in about 3 miles, you actually enter Baxter State Park. There were a couple of southbounders that came through, about an hour and a half ago, and we were talking to them for a while and, telling them what's ahead and giving them advice on, hey, you could stay at this place. And so I think they're actually going to stay up at the Rainbow Ledges. That was the last place where I got a picture. There's a picture of me with Katahdin in the background. I was up on the Rainbow Ledges. I think they were going to try and stay up there for the night. It's a nice night. It's not too windy, and there's not any rain in the forecast. So that's a good night to stay up there. It's exposed, but as long as the weather is fairly reasonable, it should be okay. It's a dry camp though, so you have to carry. You would have to carry water up, which is not insignificant. All right, so tomorrow is get into Baxter. And then, assuming we get to the Birches, we get signed up for the Birches, that's like an 8-mile hike from the kiosk where you have to sign up. So it's somewhere like, it's between 8 and 10. So that ends up being like a 13-mile day. And then you gotta just sit around and wait for the day to end, wait for the next morning. And then the next morning you wake up and hike up Baxter, Baxter Peak, Katahdin, get your picture done at the sign and hike back down. The weather tomorrow is looking great. Unfortunately, Friday is rain. So it's going to be raining. That's what it's going to be. We're going to take that and do the best we can with it. It's too late to change now. We're sort of set in our plan. If we had wanted to change things, we would have had to really push today and really push tomorrow to make that happen. It was just, that's too much. I didn't want to do that. So I told, Sully moved on. I mentioned that yesterday. I told Vireo earlier today if she wanted to push on, of course, you're welcome to do what you want. This is what I'm doing. So that's what happened. And we're going to see, hopefully the weather isn't too bad. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much in the morning when we're hiking up. And, get a nice picture, and we'll see. You can't plan too much. You can't think about it too much. I know Saturday's worse. So it's not like, oh, wait a day. Saturday's worse. Saturday's got thunderstorms in the forecast. So that's not an option. So we're summiting Friday. And then summit Friday. Somehow travel on Saturday and get back to DC. And I'm going to meet up with my friend Matt. And he's going to host me for a couple nights. And then Monday, he's going to drive me out to Harper's Ferry and start hiking southbound. So this part of the trip is almost over. You know, I've only got 2 more days in Maine, and then this part will be done. All right. You know, it's every once in a while I stop and think, I walked. I walked from Harper's Ferry, from, you know, the tip of West Virginia. I walked, and now I'm in the middle of Maine. That's something. That's pretty neat. So I'm looking forward to, you know, the southern part of the trek as well, and walking from Harper's Ferry down to Georgia. All right, as always, if you've stuck through to the end, you know I appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow on the trail.